Hi, it's 1975 and welcome to League Dangerous on the Xbox One, and thanks to Flipper Gold for that opening clip of him killing me. I have died more times in the last few months than I probably have in the last few years. I've been hanging around with the PvPers late at night, fighting against tier 13 NTFS, fighting with NTFS, fighting against some of the best players in the game. I've had a 1v1 with Walking Dead. I fought against Be Great Be Bait. Flipper Gold's killed me a few times, I think, this month, maybe more, and I've just been enjoying learning by losing, learning by dying, trying to get better, and it is something that I kind of want to improve my skill in, but I'm also happy being a scrub at. I don't have that mentality that's going to drive me on to be really, really good at PvP. For example, Vaz took a ton of money up to Shinny, sat at Shinny and challenged everyone to a 1v1 until he got good. It cost him a fortune in rebuys, and he learnt everything from losing to people. He learnt his build, he learnt how to fly, he learnt everything from losing. Just losing, building up that knowledge base to then start winning. And boy, does he keep winning. If you want to challenge yourself, go take Vaz on in a 1v1 on Xbox outside of Shinny. Kai uses all Plasmac, Python or Vulture, and he just obliterates people. It's quite painful to watch at times, and trust me, it's quite painful to get hit by all those Plasmacs. Now, I've enjoyed my time losing because it's taught me a lot. The best people in any sport, in anything, any walk of life or anything, are people who hate losing more than they love winning. They have that thing that drives them on. It's probably not healthy for a few of them. If you've ever seen an interview with five-time Olympian Ben Ainsley, you'll know the mentality I'm talking about. The man is like driven. It's that mentality of hating losing more than they like winning that kind of keeps them focused, keeps them driving on. And it is the losing that teaches you, what you're doing wrong, what you can do better, how you can respond to certain situations. And I've been doing my fair share of losing over the last few months. This has been like a side project of mine of just try and hang out with the PvP community, get to know the ways of the PvP community. Because I'll be honest, I've spent the last 5 years as a space trucker, pirate, and occasional PvPer, but only really in wing fights against IED. They're the only people I generally fight on a regular basis. And I don't really 1v1 at all. So I wanted to come up here and just have a bit of fun hanging out with these guys. There is a lot of snobbery at the top end of the PvP community towards only using fixed weapons, and I kind of understand that because there's more skill involved in that. And a gimbaled scrub like myself can only really achieve so much. The Plasmacs these guys use just absolutely do damage and do work. However, a gimbaled scrub like me is still a pain in the butt to deal with. So I tend to get focused quite heavily in wing fights because people want to get rid of the gimbal stuff as soon as possible. Especially the ones that don't run chaff. And a lot of these guys don't, because they're generally fighting each other, so there's a lot of fighting people that are in similar builds or Plasmacs. This is something I've started to do, which is when my shields go down, I just go into silent running and stay in the fight as long as I can, just cooking myself. In this instance, DJ wasn't aware. There was 8 tier 13 in instance, and at any point they could all navlock to this guy whose name only makes sense if you read it backwards. I will tell you that. I'm going to call him Labs for the rest of this episode, but that's definitely not his name. When someone pointed out to me, I didn't see it. Probably being dyslexic and reading backwards is not my strong point. But when someone pointed it out to me, I can no longer not see it. But when you read his name backwards, it does make sense. His name is, So, I'm going to probably continue to call him Labs on YouTube, but in game I'm calling him something totally different. So, I wanted to drive him out before they all dropped in and attacked me and DJ. So I do this thing where now, when my shields go down, that I kind of commit to the rest of the fight. Either you're going to leave or die, or I'm going to kill myself, burning myself to death, or you're going to kill me. It works quite well. The extra damage I do from the burning myself is quite good fun, and I swear my beams look brighter when I'm at 2000 degree heat. In this case, I managed to drive him off quite quickly. In other cases, I've gone the full way and been killed, and it is awesome fun. I did it in a 3v3 versus NTFS for the first time, and I was on 8% hull for quite a while, hanging in there like the next scrape's gonna kill me, but I'm still firing these gimbal beams. One day I might try and get good at Plasmax, one day I might try and get good at PvP properly, but at the moment I'm happy being a gimbal scrub that I am, because generally I'm only wanting to get involved in the wing fights, and this has been an education in flying and a lot of tips. Anyway, that's all for this video. Thank you very much for watching.